Are you showing off? Wow.
I love Trump. I love my Patriots. I love my Yankees. Good morning. Happy Sunday. No, Lisa, I heard the rumor too, but they said that a stand-up guy had posted it, and I didn't see anything on his channel, so I don't know anything about it. But Hyena is going to give blessings anyway. And if he did, her blessings will be for him, but they're mainly for Tammy. Hyena, blessings. Come on. Come on. Hyena, amen. You're jumping up here on the screen and you don't want to do your thing. Come on. Amen. Do it. Put your paw. Put your paw. Good girl. Come on. There you go. There's a blessing. There's another blessing. And that's for everybody that needs blessings, because this is not going to be very nice Sunday. It is going to be about Maria. And you know how when Maria is lying, you know how to tell when Maria's lying? When her mouth is moving. And I have clips. So this live is not going to be a happy-go-lucky. If it's true that Sam had a heart attack, I'm sorry. I don't know for sure. Hyena blesses everybody. She doesn't hold grudges. Do you, baby? No. No. Anyway, this is going to be about the vile, not one we're dreaming quality Maria. And if you say it, I'll play it. So I have it in her own words, so she can't lie or spin it. It is what it is. And I've been waiting to do this since Wednesday, because this came from Wednesday. And I want to thank my wonderful informants, because there is no way I could listen to that damn woman myself. So they listen to her and send me clips. And I don't respond to her unless she's saying something about me, because I could care less what she thinks about anybody else. And I do want to address Pool Stick, because Pool Stick made a grand announcement that his chat was going to be all forgiven, and everybody that had done anything, he'd accept their apology and blah, 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 unless he'd heard something them done recently. Well, I sent him clips and you people saw them. And that was his email, so he can't lie and say it wasn't, because I got it off his channel. And then he said in another lie that he'd read them and they weren't that bad. Well, Pool Stick, see if what I'm playing today is that bad, because it affects almost everybody in MobTube and probably a few of the bottom feeders, what this vile woman says and what she thinks. This was just done Wednesday. And she's also going to be talking to my wonderful convict, Paul, and the ones that are in the prison with him, because they all watch my channel. So Maria, what you say, you need to really think about. I have to thank Pool Stick for the Cash App that he sent me, even though it wasn't sent any goodwill, because he sent me a Cash App and I couldn't think why. And then somebody that was listening to him, because I don't listen to him either, said it was because he was paying me back for something, that I was an Indian giver. Let me tell you, Pool Stick, I gave you over $400. Good morning, Hand of Doom. I never asked for it back. Never. Not one time. The only thing I did is say I would like to be thanked for it. I would have liked to got a little heart instead of having somebody ungrateful that didn't even mention it. And since you delete all your videos, just like Maria does, so Maria, don't try to delete this video, because I have these downloaded. So you can go ahead and delete the video. Won't do you any good. And I also have the famous screenshot that she says I don't have, that she sent to Jen Bailey, and Jen Bailey gave it to me because she was wanting Jen to post it because she doesn't have the nerve to post it because it's about Sophie's family member. So I have that. I'm going to be showing it on here, and then I'm going to be posting it on my community tab. So there you go, Maria. I'm showing the proof, unlike something you never do. And I thought this big peace treaty of pool sticks was supposed to be apologies. I've never heard Maria apologize for anything ever. And she has done something to every single person in the bottom feeders. Every one of them, including me, posted my granddaughters. So this is going to be totally about her and pool stick. And I'm going to play the clips, and you can make your own decisions because I do ask for money on my Cash App for prison because I do have a wonderful prisoner that I'm catching feelings for, and he's been in there a long time. I don't think he'd mind telling you, 25 years. And he knows that a lot of them don't get phone calls from their families, don't have money in their commissary, and they all put money in their commissaries to make a big Thanksgiving. Hello, stand-up guy. Hello, Bambi. And I want to thank Hannah Doom for another Cash App. Poolstick did not send his Cash App out of kindness because somebody else, one of my informants, was listening to him, and he said, I'm paying Terry time back, says she thinks I'm ungrateful. Well, Poolstick, you better add $400 to that then, and you better give it to an animal shelter like you said you were going to. You don't stand for anything. You said when you made this big peace treaty, it was only going to be people that had reformed and apologized and weren't talking about families. Well, I sent you a whole page full of clips of Maria talking about Johnny Mac's wife, and you lied and said it was the wrong email. You absolutely lied. You got them. You read them, and you said they weren't that bad. So I know exactly what you are. You don't stand for anything. The only time you're nice to somebody is when you think you can get something out of them. So you go ahead and hang with Maria and see how you feel about her after I play these clips. Because I know for a fact, I don't know about bottom feeders. They may not have many prisoners in their life, but in my life, 4 of my 6 husbands were prisoners. My best friend, Nancy, was a prisoner. Poolstick was a prisoner. His son is incarcerated at this minute. Chicago Muscle was in jail, and she downgraded and talked bad about every single person in prison. In fact, Maria would have been in prison herself for embezzlement. And you can call it check kite, and you can call it whatever you want. She straight up embezzled a bank. Rottweilers, how you doing? She straight up, I call it embezzlement, and her parents paid it off, 30 grand. That's why she didn't go to jail. So Maria, you could have been a prisoner yourself. And I want you people to hear exactly what she thinks. I don't know if all of you know people in prison. I imagine some of you at least know somebody that's done time in prison. And she said they all deserve to be there. Well, no, they don't, Maria. Have you ever heard of the Innocence Project and seen how many innocent people have been put in prison? I bet you don't even know what it means because you just run that mouth. And let me get something straight about Jen Bailey. Because I heard this with my own ears, not one of my informants. I happened to hear this myself. And she said that she had Jen Bailey blocked and blah, blah, blah. Well, I talk to Jen Bailey every single day. I will never turn my back on her. I know she struggles with mental issues, and Maria and a lot of the rest of the bottom feeders use her because she can be manipulated easy. So I always forgive her, and I never hold anything against her. Sly, would you please drop Sophie's link? And that way, if they want to hear more about Maria, they can listen to her channel, because I'm just going to deal with what she said pertaining to me. So please drop Sophie's link, Sly. You know who else's link to drop. Anyway, I don't think Sophie's going to be mad for me showing the screenshot, since Maria wanted me to prove that she sent the screenshot to Jen, because I've got it. And it does not have Sophie's husband's name on it or picture or charges or anything. It's just proof that the screen yard was sent to me, and also a Google map of where I live. What was the point of that, Maria? You stupid bitch. All you got to do is Google my name, Terry Wakely, and it comes up dog breeder with a Google map and my address. I don't care who has my address. Why was that on there? Well, Jen didn't do it. Jen sent it to me and said, look what Maria wants me to do. I've got the proof. And another thing, little Maria, ha 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 ha. This week, Jen calls me endlessly. And guess what? Guess who called while we were talking? Maria. And she told her people she had Jen blocked. She's a liar. She uses Jen. She tries to find out what I'm saying through Jen. But Jen said, Terry, Maria's calling. You want me to merge her in? I said, yeah, go ahead. So guess what, Maria? I've been listening to what you have to say. I listened to what you had to say yesterday about me. You had no idea what this live was going to be about because I didn't put it in my thumbnail. But it's going to be about you, 100%, you and Poolstick, because after his big declaring, everybody has to apologize and change. Well, that is not the real world. People that do that shit, if they give you an apology, they don't mean it, or they wouldn't do it in the first place. They have no character. So, Poolstick, if you can justify hanging with Maria and sticking up for her after what she said about prisoners, all prisoners, including you and your son and all the Chicago muscle and a lot of the mob tube guys that I know have done time, know people that's done time. Not your public info. Hi, Terry, you're the best. Thank Joanna. Okay, are you ready for these clips? Because I'll let Maria, if you say it, I'll play it. I don't come on here and just run my mouth. I have proof. And thank you, my informants, for listening to this god-awful woman like you had to listen to get to these clips. And this was done Wednesday before Thanksgiving, so it's not old. And if you put that on there, thank you for putting Joey Dimes. And don't forget to drop Sophie's because she will tell you everything you need to know about Maria. I'm going to start playing them right now, and then I'll respond. I got this in case she dirty deleted it.
Just send me cash app so I can send these prisoners money so they can talk on the phone because it's Christmas time and they need to be happy. I think they're in prison for a reason, right? We're not going to make their life easier. First, you take it, you give it to the child. I know the children have it.
Okay. They're in prison for a reason. And you don't want them to have any happiness. And you're sitting up there with SoFlo, who did 22 years and whose son is incarcerated now. Let him stand up for you now, you filthy, foul, lying piece of shit. This is how you feel. And while you're running your mouth, don't forget that I have a captive audience in the prison that Paul's in, and they all listen to me. So you're not just going to make the few prisoners here in MobTube mad, or I think anybody that's done prison time. You are affecting a lot of people with your stupid mouth and your stupid ideas. You should be in prison. And hopefully that'll happen soon.
Just send me cash app so I can send these prisoners.
And you know where the Cash App idea came from? That came from Maria. Because she was worried about how I was spending my money. She said I had to send money to prisoners to get them to talk to me. Maria, I've got more men that talk to me on a daily basis than you've known in your whole fucking life. I've been married 6 times. I ran a porn room. I know how to deal with men. It's just lying fucking females that I have a problem with, like you. I'm so glad everybody's hearing this. Everybody in MobTube that has done one bidet in prison, listen to this bitch that SoFlo has as his soulmate. And another thing, Poolstick, you said I wasn't running your channel. Who the fuck would want to run your channel? I don't even go in your chat. And then you said I wasn't the queen of MobTube. Who the hell said I was? I wouldn't kiss Angel Gotti's ring with your fucking mouth. I'm the queen of Pekingese paradise, and I'm Team Terry time. I'm not on nobody's team. I make individual friendships, individual decisions. So you go ahead and kiss Angel Gotti's ring and do whatever you want to, because you know what? MobTube is nothing but glorified bottom feeders. All of you. have somebody up there like Maria. First, you lied about getting the emails and the clips, and then you said you didn't think they were that bad. Well, I think Johnny Mac thinks they were quite bad. I thought I had this organized better, but when I get pissed off, I get pissed off. And I did it a different way this time. But I wanted to record them because I can't trust them.
Send me cash out so I can send these prisoners money so they can talk on the phone. Because it's Christmas time and they need to be happy. I think they're in prison for a reason, right? We're not going to make their life easier.
Hear that, pool stick? She don't want to make your son's life easier.
I need children happy.
Yes, you're queen of mob too, but you can have them, baby. I don't want them. I'm queen of Terry time and Pekingese paradise.
There we go. Merry Christmas. That's about it. That's about it. That's all it's money for, not for Christmas. Collect money for children. Money for children. No, nobody's locked up. Don't collect money for prisoners. In other words, she's saying put money in their book so they can call her. Because it's so exciting to call money for children.
No, it's not so they can call me, you idiot. I pay for my own phone calls. It's because Paul, the guy that I talked to in there, he's a counselor. He's been in there for 25 years. He knows which prisoners don't have the money to call home or have money they get groups. They put their money together and make a big Thanksgiving meal or a Christmas meal. So she has no idea what she's talking about. And on top of that, she doesn't want the prisoners to it. How you like that, SoFlo? How you like that, pool stick? How you going to justify that cunt talking about prisoners? And I know a lot of MobTube guys have done time. A lot of them have friends in there. A lot of them have family in there. And this is the way his soulmate, his new partner, feels about prisoners.
Just send me cash out so I can send these prisoners money so they can talk on the phone because it's Christmas time and they need to be happy. I think they're in prison for a reason, right?
Hi, Dana.
Make their life easier. First, you take
Stand up, guy. You better be listening. You're listening to her and not that damn woman from Scotland. You can't understand a word she says. You need an interpreter to listen to her.
There we go.
There's a picture she's showing of what the prisoners do with their money.
That's about it. That's about it.
I'm just going to let these play because when I stop them, it keeps replaying them.
Collect money for children.
I give money to animals and prisoners. I get to choose what I do with money. Unlike you.
No, nobody's locked up. Don't collect money for prisoners. In other words, she's saying put money in their book so they can call her.
No.
It's so exciting.
No, not so they can call me, so they can call their families. You idiot.
Her. Because it's so exciting to call Terry time. You know, you're in prison and you're bored all the time. So all you have to look forward to is a phone call from a 74-year-old washed up ex porn star. Because it's so exciting to call porn star.
They can call whoever they want. They don't have to call me. Are you jealous because you've been with one man for 35 years? Hi, Jesse.
And she acts like a little teenager. Well, he's calling me at 4, so I gotta be home. And, you know, we're gonna talk. I get this porn, not even a star.
How do you know if I was a star? I own the porn room. I can make myself a star. Don't talk about porn because I don't think you've had sex in the last 30 years.
We're gonna talk. I think that she would act like any of these people who talk like teenagers when a man is gonna call you.
She can't get my age right.
You see, come see Madonna. You want to see what we're gonna talk? I think that she would act like any of these. Here's the thing that Terry Time already was told that I never sent anybody a picture of her husband's mugshot. And Jen,
I've got the proof. I've got the proof, people, and I'm going to show it to you. She sent it to Jen.
Here's the thing that
I'm going to prove it today.
Blaming me, saying
liar.
She has a screenshot of me sending Sophie's husband.
Oh, yes, I do. But I removed his picture, unlike her.
Post it because I talked to.
I'm going to post it, you big mouth liar. I am going to post it.
She never told Terry Time that because I've never sent Jen anything.
Yes, you have, and I've got the proof. And I've also been listening to your phone calls all week because you call her every day. You lying piece of shit.
That because I've never sent Jen anything. So
I'm going to prove that. I'm not lying to anybody, and I'm going to prove it. And you had yesterday when you were talking to Jen, guess what? I was listening to you. You lying sack, embezzler, child poster, family doxer, unredeemable, piece of humanity.
And Terry Time is just running, and she's like, but I'm not going to post a screenshot because I don't got to prove anything to anybody.
I didn't say that. I said I didn't want to show his name and his face, so they've been edited out. But I am going to show the screenshot today, you big mouth liar.
And Terry, TT has my nudes.
And I don't have your nudes. Maria, quit telling that lie. I never said I had your nudes. I do have a lot of the bottom feeders nudes, but not yours. So that's another goddamn lie you don't mind telling. Never said I had your stupid nudes. If I did, I'd send them to the prison, see if they'd like them.
She's like, gotta go because at 4 or 5 o'clock, my boyfriend's gonna call me, whatever his name is.
His name is Paul, and he's calling today, and he's going to be hearing this live, and so is everybody in there with him. So keep running your mouth about prisoners.
I'm sure she's not just giving him money for a phone call because he'd be like, for fuck's sake, I'm not doing it for.
You know so much what prisoners think. And you're so worldly and man.
Instead of buying children toys.
I don't want to buy children toys. I like animals and I like prisoners. So shut up. You spend your money on what you want to. Where's that $1,000 that you took off your subs? Where's your attorney that you don't have? They need to be asking you where your grubber money is.
Because I stopped talking to Sophie. From the very beginning, she got upset.
You want to know why I never liked Maria in the first place? I only talked to her because of Ann. It didn't have nothing to do with Sophie.
Or Jen either. And if you're saying that I did or Terry Time, then ask her for proof.
I'm doing it today. The proof is going to be there, Miss Mouth.
No echoes down?
Then what kind of excuse are you going to have? That's right, Brenda. It's back to the end. That's the things. So, Sopho, post it. You got a known prison hater as your sidekick with a son in prison that doesn't think he deserves anything for Christmas. All you other MobTube guys that have been in prison and have loved ones in prison, she doesn't care. She doesn't care if they get a dime. Because all she cares about is her lying self. And she could have been in prison herself because she is a straight up embezzler. You can cover it up by saying kiting checks and this and that. Now, right here's the proof. I'm going to show it to you on here, but I'm going to post it on my community tab. I have removed Sophie's husband's picture. I've removed his name, but this is a screenshot that she sent to Jen to post because she didn't have the nerve to post it. Sophie, I hope you don't get mad, but I did delete everything that they could possibly tell who it is. And at the bottom of it, if you notice, it's got my address on a Google map. I'll tell you my address. It's 6364. F is in Frank. M is in Mike. 17. Grand Saline. 2 words. 75140. I'm not ashamed to have my address out there, you dumb bitch. Okay, I hope you could see that. That is a screenshot, but I'm going to post it on my community. And right down here, that's the Google map. That's the Google map of my house. And right up there is all the criminal stuff that this vile bitch posted about Sophie's husband, who has never posted a person. Sophie has never posted a family member. And then on the bottom of it, from Jan, it's from Jan, it says Terry time. Terry time, my bestie, see on the top? That's Jen sending it to me. That's the damn shit. And it says Virginia Administration of the Courts. It's got everything on there, but I took his picture off and his name. And then on the bottom right there, that Google map is where I live. And then Jen says, snap, call me. Vega is pissed. Hi, Sharon. So I'm posting that on my community tab. Now, post it. What do you got to say about your best new friend, how she feels about prisoners? MobTube, what do you have to think about this? All the bottom feeders are terrible, but this one is the worst of the worst. She's done things to every single person, including posting my granddaughters for no reason. Calling me a liar. Well, guess what, Maria? For the last 5 days, every time you call Jan and you call Jan, she doesn't call you. I'm on the phone with Jan and she says, Maria's calling. You want me to merge her in? And I say, sure, merge her in. So I've been listening to you and your vile mouth and your lies and the shit you're trying to set Jan up for. Jan has emotional and mental issues. And I know people manipulate her. That's why I will never turn my back on her, because I know she is not vicious. She is used. They all use her. Maria uses her. Jules used her content. They've all done it. And they ought to be ashamed of themselves. And I will never turn my back on her. Never. She gets me so mad sometimes I can't believe the stuff she does. But she doesn't do it on her own. She does it because people like this vile Maria are in her ear. And Maria, the next time you call Jen, you better just know that I'm going to be listening. I don't record, but I know everything you've been saying. And you've been gassing her up every single day trying to get her to say stuff. Oh, she's even brought your name up too, Bambi. Nobody can trust Maria. Yes, Mrs. TC, yes, she does. She didn't bother me. What are you going to say about that? Since I'm not going to send you no more emails, since I'm too stupid to know when you post an email that it's your email. And I don't want your stupid ass cash apps, but thank you for that $25 cash app pull stick. Because I sent it to Paul and he's going to put it in the little thing them prisoners use to get special meals like Chinese food or something like that, whatever they want. But I guess your son doesn't want any of that. Set your soulmate, Maria, thinks it's terrible for prisoners to have any kind of life at all. Nancy has done 5 years in the pen. 5. All my husbands except 2 have done time. That doesn't mean they're terrible people. And Sophie shouldn't have to justify any tattoo that her husband has, just like I don't have to justify any that I have. Maria, get a damn life and get out of people's business, because you better believe I've been listening to you. And you can just ask Johnny Mac if I ain't been merged in on a bunch of phone calls. I've been merged on phone calls with Amy and Jed and Britters back when they were playing the little call-in CPS game. So just remember, the next time you call Jan and you try to say that she's calling you, you are a straight up liar. Because every time I've heard you on a phone call, it was you making the call. And Jen was saying, you want me to merge Maria? And I said, go ahead. I want to listen to that stupid bitch run her mouth and lie. So there you go, Maria. And the latest phone call was yesterday. Thank you, Hand of Doom. Keep bothering Terry, Muriel. There'll be a nice big hex coming your way. I can't stand her. I couldn't stand her ever. I've been in bottom feeders. I named them bottom feeders. In case any of you mob guys didn't know that, I gave them the name bottom feeders. I hated her. I ran a Reddit page. Somebody posted her daughter who was in her 30s or however. I didn't even know it. And she said, you better get that picture down or I'm going to post your granddaughters. She wasn't going to start threatening me. I said, post my granddaughters. They're beautiful. It's going to make you look like the child poster you are. She has called the cops on John Yates. I don't know how many times. She's the biggest cop caller in the community, the biggest one. She posted Real Entertainment's daughter. She tried to get ROs on him. She's tried to get ROs. The only person she ain't fucked with is me. And I'm going to keep my foot on her neck because I know for a fact everybody that hangs around SoFlo has people in prison. And that's the way she talks about them. They don't deserve anything. They don't deserve nothing for Christmas. Well, we all have different people we care about. And I happen to care about prisoners. And I've been watching the Innocent Projects. And I know a lot of innocent people go to jail and unfair things. And I like animals. So if you put money on my Cash App, I've got prison talk on it, but if you'd rather it go to an animal defense league, I'll do that. Maria, you better tell people where that $1,000 went that you got for an attorney that you don't even have. How about that? How about worrying where your money goes instead of worrying about mine? And Paul, if you're listening to this and the buddies in there are listening to this, I love all of you. I don't think any of you deserve to be left out from your family like this vile creature does. Hopefully you'll never see her channel. And SoFlo, if you don't make this right, I didn't think nothing of you in the first place. I think less of you now that you would have this vile piece of shit that don't have no use for prisoners. And you being a prisoner you are, you're even less than I thought you were. And that $25 went straight to my prison talk, straight to it. But you were the one that brought up the Cash Apps, not me. You did, because I called you ungrateful. And when I did that, since you dirty delete all your videos, you were the one that said you would pay all that money to an animal shelter, which you never did. But I let it go. I put it water under the bridge. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. And I sure don't want to have nothing to do with MobTube. I'm queen of Pekingese paradise. And I hang with my Trump people. And I know Bambi knows Durkyverse. And I hang over there. So I could care less about you or your stupid ass channel. You cannot listen to it for 2 months and go back and you're talking about the same stupid ass thing. And stand up guy, thank you so much for the fish videos. Hi, Sharon Schaefer. Oh, Brenda, thank you for saying hi to Sharon. And you dropped Rolex's link. I'm so glad. If you would like to hear them clips again, the name of the video that it was on, if you'd like to hear the whole video, which was 2 hours, and the first part she bitched about Jules, I think, and Sophie probably. And the fact that they're putting Sophie's picture up there and trying to make fun of her looks I put a filter on Maria and you can see it on my community page because she's always accusing me of using filters. I don't have a filter on today, people. I'm 72 and there's no filter at all. I put the same filter. I even had to pay money to do it on her face that I put on mine. And she's younger than me. A filter will not change your bone structure, your bags under your eyes, your jowls hanging down to here. If you have a melting face, a filter's not going to change it. I did that to prove a point because she's the one that brought the filters up too and said I wear filters all the time. No, I don't, Maria. I'm not wearing one today. I'm not ashamed of how I look. I live my life and don't even think about not calling me a porn star. I own my own porn room. I made myself a porn star. Instead of sitting around with no money and begging for money, I've made money my whole life. And if I want to take up collection for prisoners, I'm going to do it. And I hope the MobTube guys have enough sense to realize that that's the way she feels about all of you, including Pullstick. Knowing that he did 22 years and she has the gall to talk like that. Just a heads up on what this woman is. She has never apologized to anybody for anything because she doesn't think she's ever wrong. And she has done some of the worst stuff that's ever been done. And believe me, there's plenty of vile bottom feeders, but she is the worst. She's the queen of the bottom feeders. How about that? I don't want to be queen of MobTube. I don't even care about MobTube. I like watching stand-up guy. I go where I want to go. I listen to who I want to listen to, and I'm friends with who I want to be friends with. And I don't give a fuck what any of you think about it. I just want you to hear this vile-ass woman talking about prisoners. I want all you people that have ever done 1 day in jail, 90 days in jail, 30 days in jail to hear what this bitch thinks and worrying about a teardrop tattoo. I've got a Trump tattoo, and you know what it means? It means I love Trump. Why don't you make something out of that, you stupid bitch? You don't know nothing. You make me sick. And I don't want it. My informants are wonderful to have to listen to this bitch to even get these clips. And I'm going to play them all again, and I'm not going to talk through them. Thank you, fuck the haters. Two people I don't like, Maria and CM. Well, CM, believe it or not, is trying to get along with me because I emailed him and told him. I said, I don't care if you're friends with Maria. I don't care if you're fucking her. I don't care if you and Pull Stick are best buddies. I'm going after Maria, and I'm going to put my foot on Pull Stick's neck because he needs to justify how he can back this bitch. When he was the one that, unless she says anything about anybody, and I sent him clip after clip after clip of her running Johnny Mac's wife down, who's done nothing, who doesn't even get on here. And then she's took off after Sophie. Sophie's husband has never been on here, never done a thing. She hasn't changed one bit from the first day I knew her. So go ahead and justify it, Pull Stick. Go ahead and say how I'm sorry means anything with this lying bitch. She ain't sorry for nothing. Never has been. Harry Balls. It's no one's business where anyone send their money. It is mind-blowing how anyone can donate to pizza the way he abuses Leon. It's disgusting. Yesterday morning, he was doing it again. I saw that. But let me tell you something. Why I'm going to justify why I went in there and gave him some money. Because there are two way worse animal abusers than pizza and the bottom feeders. And these women have let them slide. And Sly knows exactly who I'm talking about. Anna Freeze killed 2 dogs. The poodle kicker kicked that poodle so hard against the wall that I'm sure it died, but she won't admit it. She said it disappeared. At least Leon is still alive. So if these holier-than-thou crusaders can forgive antifreeze and the poodle kicker, then they can surely forgive pizza because Leon is alive and those dogs aren't alive. And poodle kicker even threatened to kill another dog. And antifreeze has threatened to boil up my friend, Real Entertainment's cats. So if people can forgive them lying animal abusers, then there's no reason why I can't throw Pizza some money if he needs it. Because Leon is at least alive, and those dogs aren't. So bring up the pizza argument to me. That's right, animal abuse is horrible. But when you actually kill them and torture them with antifreeze and then brag about it, and then you kick a poodle up against the wall and act like you can't find it and then threaten to kick another dog, that is unexcusable either. And they give those women a fucking pass, but I'm not. And I don't want to hear about my purse being an ending giver, especially from fucking Pull Stick. Can you believe that? The son of a bitch made a big goddamn hallelujah. Terry time. Minnie's trying to get me to go after you. Minnie's doing this. Minnie's doing that. And then he said, give her purse back, Minnie. Give her purse back money for 6 months. Now all of a sudden it's, you're an Indian giver, Terry. You gave her that purse. It didn't have nothing to do with Indian giving. It had to do with sentimental value on that purse. And I've told the story 100 times and I'm not going to tell it again. But Deborah Silver, you're a piece of shit. You're a backstabber and you know the truth about the fucking purse and I'm never going to shut up about it. And Pull Stick, I don't give a fuck what you or your goddamn chat thinks. If you can stand by Maria talking about prisoners, then that tells me all I need to know about you. I didn't care when you were talking about my tits hanging in the cellar and my Virginia being dry and me being a tranny. I didn't give a fuck about none of that. But if you can sit there and tell people to like her, and I saw Chicago Muscle in her goddamn chat the other day when she's talking this way about prisoners. She don't think they deserve anything. Well, I happen to have met a very wonderful one, and he is now a counselor. Plus, he has a job in there. Plus, he's the one that told me about the little thing they put together for Thanksgiving and Christmas and about some of the ones that don't have money to call their loved ones. That don't have nothing to do with calling me. I can pay for my own phone calls. This is for the other ones, the unfortunate ones. So go ahead and back this stupid woman, and don't worry about me being in Pizza's chat, because there are 2 women in the bottom feeders that have actually killed dogs and have been forgiven for it. I don't agree with the way he treats that dog, and he knows it. But if these stupid goddamn women and MobTube guys can have TL, antifreeze, and Hattie Black, poodle kicker, then they can put up with Pizza as far as I'm concerned. We'll be dropping more, Terry Time. Well, I hope so. But this got to me, and I'm going to post this right here. That's what she put up about Sophie's husband. I took his picture off. The charges are on there, or larceny. And then the thing on the bottom, the little Google map, that's my house, and I already gave you the address. And the thing on the bottom proves that she sent it to Jen. She says, snap, call me. Vega is pissed, because Vega was wanting Jen to post that shit. Well, I'm going to post it, Maria. What do you got to say then? Because I don't get on here. If you say it, I'll play it. And you said it, and they all heard it now. So if they can still find some reason to back you and be in your chat when you feel the way you do about prisoners, and you don't know nothing about MobTube. I've been over here and talked to them, and there's very few of them that haven't been incarcerated, know somebody incarcerated, got a son incarcerated. I'm sure they're glad to hear how you talk. That none of them deserve anything. They're all guilty, or they wouldn't be in prison. So you need to watch a few episodes of the Innocence Project. And those are just the ones they catch. I know how cops are. That's why I'm not a cop caller like you. She talked Jen into calling the cops on John Yates. Jen didn't think about that herself. Maria set her up to it. That's why I stand by Jan, and I have a soft spot, because I know these stupid women manipulate her at every chance they get. Because she's not strong like me. I'd tell them to go fuck themselves and do their own phone calling. Hi, Carlos. Just wait. He will hurt Leon bad. He refuses to work. So when he does, whatever, Harry Balls, I know the story on this ain't about Pizza. This is about Maria. Somebody that's pool stick thinks is so wonderful. We all know what Pizza is. I don't need to be schooled on Pizza. I know exactly what he is and who he is.
Just send me cash apps so I can send these prisoners money so they can talk on the phone, because it's Christmas time and they need to be happy. I think they're in prison for a reason, right? We're not going to make their life easier.
No, you won't.
First, you
hear that, pool stick? Fuck your son. She ain't going to make his life easier.
There we go. Merry Christmas. That's about it. That's about it. That's all they need.
She's got a picture of a prisoner dressed like a woman.
Collect money for children.
I don't want to collect money for children. Why don't you? Instead of collecting money for an attorney that you don't have.
Money for children. Nobody's locked up. Don't collect money for prisoners.
Don't tell me what to do.
In other words, she's saying put money in their book so they can call her. Because it's so exciting to call money for children. Her. Because it's so exciting to call Terry Time. You know, that's all. You're in prison and you're bored all the time. So all you have to look forward to is a phone call from a 74-year-old washed up ex porn star. Because it's so exciting to call.
Quit stuttering. You know everything. You shouldn't have to stutter.
And she thinks they're looking forward to it. When you're in prison and you're bored and you have nothing.
Oh, you know so much about prison, don't you?
Like a little teenager. Well, he's calling at 4, so I got to be home. And, you know, we're going to talk.
Thank you, Carlos. I don't have a filter on.
Not even a star.
I was a porn star. It was my room, you dumb bitch. I owned it. I owned the porn room. I made myself the star.
I get to she would act like like any of these people who talk like teenagers when a man is going to call you. You said we could come and see Madonna. Jennifer, you want to see what we're gonna talk? I think that she would act like another, like any of the. Here's the thing that Terry Time already was told that I never sent anybody a picture of her.
Really, Sophie? I didn't know that was your husband in that dress. I just saw this picture.
Here's the thing that
If Sofo can stand by this bitch when he's over there representing it, she apologized, and talking about prisoners when he's got a son in prison, then he is worse than I thought he was, and I knew he was an ungrateful piece of shit from the beginning.
I talked to Jen on purpose yesterday.
Yeah, you talk to Jen. You talk to Jen every day.
Terry Time that because I've never sent Jen anything.
Yes, you have. And right here is what she sent, and I'm going to post this, Sophie. Right here is what she sent Jen. You see that up there? Jen sent it to me, Terry Time, my bestie. There's the record of your husband. I took the picture off and the name. That's what she sent for Jen to post because she didn't have the nerve. And right under it is a Google map with my address. And right there's the word that Jen wrote. Snap, call me. Vega is pissed. I was talking on the phone with Jen yesterday and Maria called her. So don't let her kid you and say she's not talking to fucking Jen. She talks to her every day because Jen can be manipulated, and we all know that. If we're honest with ourselves, we know that. That's why I won't turn my back on her, because people use her. So drop your link, Sophie. I don't know. Sharon will be here in 7 more days, and we're going to do some Tinder dates together. Paul, they're not serious. They're just for you two. And don't forget, Maria, it's not just going out to MobTube and Pool Stick. It's going out to the prison where Paul is, because they all subscribe to my channel. So all these prisoners are going to know exactly how you feel about them. You're so holier than thou. You're so much better than everybody, and you've done the vilest shit in the world. And for you to have the gall to put Sophie's pictures up, trying to make fun of Sophie when you don't even look good with a filter, and I had to pay for that damn filter to put it on your face, and you still look like shit. And you lie. When you breathe, you lie. I know people know she's evil, but what makes me mad is Poolstick acting so holier than thou. Oh, this chat's gonna be, everybody's gotta get along. No, they don't have to get along, Poolstick. They don't, and they won't. And I've had it with you and this stupid lying bitch that you got up your ass. Both of you. So go ahead and run your mouth. I'm keeping that $25 super chat because I'm putting it in the prison fund. But you still owe $400 to an animal shelter, and I don't care what stone fucking sailor says. Call me an Indian giver. I didn't ask for the money back. Never. You're the one that, of course, you already deleted the damn thing, but you're the one that said you were going to give that money to an animal shelter. And then you started hollering at me, Terry Time, Minnie wants me to do this, Minnie wants me to do that. Why'd you do that, Poolstick? I know what Minnie did, and Minnie knows I still got another load to drop on that ignorant bitch. And I'm going to do it. And it ain't none of your chat or stone sailor's fucking business if I'm an Indian giver or not. He was a guard in a prison. He ought to know how them prisoners are. But you couldn't have been much of one, him or that Kevin. I get gay vibes from Kevin. And guess what, Poolstick? I get gay vibes from you, too. I have gaydar. Shout out to the men locked down. That's right, Carlos. And if you want to give to my Cash App, it goes right into Paul's commissary, because Paul knows the ones that can't call home and the ones that can, and the ones that are trying to do the programs they have for them. And they just had a big meal on Thanksgiving out of this fund that they have, and they're doing another big one for Christmas. And I came, you know how I thought of doing that? Because of Maria running her mouth about me giving money to a prisoner. And I thought, well, I ought to just make a deal out of it then, just put a Cash App. Everybody knows I give to the animals. If you don't want it to go to the prison fund, I'll put it in the Animal Defense League of Texas. I put the proof up about that too on my community tab, that I actually am a member of the Defense Animal League. Hi, baby. Hi, Bug. I got another little cute Pekingese right here with me. He don't say much because Hyena takes over. Because like all women, they like to take over. But this is Boogie. He's a gentleman. Aren't you, Bug? Aren't you, Boogie? Or you're not going to growl at me, are you? They know you're a man. You don't have to show off. Anyway, I'm getting in a better mood now since I got that off my chest. And Hyena gave blessings, especially to Tammy. She needs them. And if CM did have a heart attack, they're to him too. I don't know. Carlos, do you know if that's true? Please sign up for Sophie's channel. She's got the goods on Maria. I'm just focusing on this one thing. I just try to focus on what the bitch says about me. Thank you, thank you, thank you for my informants. For telling me what this bitch was saying about the prisoners. Let Poolstick try it. He'll probably act like he never heard it. But if I had a son in prison and I had a woman on a panel with me spewing this kind of hatred, she wouldn't last long. I know it does, Carlos, because I've been married 6 times. 4 of them did prison time. 4 of them. Nancy, you've all seen her. She did 5 years. I know how they struggle. I know how they need money. And some of them deserve to be in there and some of them don't. And I think the ones with the drug charges are flim-flam charges anyway. And if I can help one, I will. And Nancy's nephew, Robbie's in there right now. And Nancy's boyfriend is in there right now. I know all of us know somebody in prison that would need help with their commissary. And Paul's in there. I don't know all the ones that are in there. He does. He is a counselor and he works in the printing shop and they all watch this. And I just want all you prisoners to know, not everybody thinks like this vile woman. And she would have been in prison herself if her parents wouldn't paid off her embezzling. And don't even say a word to me about being in Pete's room because he's an animal abuser, because you got 2 of the worst abusers in the world and the bottom feeders. And those dogs are deceased. They killed them. One with antifreeze. So don't talk to me about animal cruelty. Hi, Christopher Capello. Anyway, 82 people in here. That's basically, oh, yes, yes, yes. And I'm going to say again, if the hillbilly would have got a hold of FBS, he'd have got a beating. He didn't get no beating. And I don't like all this shit about, well, Sophie even was guilty of it, trying to explain that her husband had different blood in her. Why do you try to explain anything? If you're white and be proud of it. If you're a Puerto Rican, be a Puerto Rican, be proud of it. If you're black, be proud of it. Why are you sitting up there trying to explain every bit of blood you got in your body? If you're a good person, you're a good person, no matter what color you are, no matter if you're in prison or anything else. So quit trying to make day-long explanations about how many blood drops you got in you. I'm white. And I'm proud of it. And if there's any race card shit going on in here, you'll be out of here faster than you know what hit you. I am going to do my hill. Oh, my Trump. Trump, 2024. And Trump, please, please, when you get reelected, let the Tiger King out. Pardon him. Hillbillies, rednecks, trailer trash, white trash. Trump 2024. Give to my Cash App if you want to help a prisoner. Or give to a prisoner that you know. Please. They deserve it. I just wanted everybody to hear that shit from Maria's own damn mouth. If you want to see the whole thing, I'll give you the name of it if she don't take it down now. I didn't want it to get out, was I was going to say, because she's a dirty deleter, just like Poolstick is. Let's see what it was called. It was called...
Screenshot of me sending Sophie's husband's mugshot.
Yeah, I do, and I want to show it too. It's called, it was the day before Thanksgiving, and it's called Crying Jewels and Beige Sophie. Trump, Trump, Trump. Thank you, Sly. I'm going to get off here now. I've shook my pills. Bambi, I seen you all over in the Workyverse. I knew I'd seen you somewhere before doing that Square Works guy. I can't get into him. And I saw Rustin over there in the Durkyverse again. What are you doing over there, MRE? Trying to make a new place for yourself? You get tired of mob tubes, so you ran over there back to the Durkyverse? What does that bottle? That bottle, I'm going to tell you the story of the bottle. I'm sure Bambi knows it. Durkee was in a documentary, The Wild, Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, my favorite documentary. I've watched it 100 times. And there's a guy named Durkee in there, and he's got a bottle of pills, and he shakes them, and he says, Boone County mating call. And I thought, well, that's a good little thing. So I started doing it, but I gave Durkee credit for it. And I'd say Texas mating call. Well, then since I heard all the derogatory comments about rednecks and hillbillies from these so-called mafia guys that couldn't win a fight with a hillbilly, if they tried, they probably couldn't win a fight with me. So it made me mad. And I got mad at FBS first, and I despised him over it. So I started shaking the pills and going rednecks, hillbillies, white trash, and Trump, because those are my people, and the prisoners are my people, and I love animals, and I love Carlos, Joey, and Rolex, and nothing will ever make me not. And I love Tammy, Brenda, and Sylvia, and I love Jan, and I know she has faults, and I know she's frustrated, but you women are using her, and you've been using her since day fucking one. But guess what, Maria? You know how Pizza called Gunsmoke playing that little game with SoFlo's girlfriend, Tina? Well, Jen played you, because I've been in on the last phone calls where you've called her, listening to every vile fucking thing you say and every vile little fucking plan you make. So if you call her again, just know I'll be listening. You stupid bitch. And don't even try putting Sophie's pictures up. The worst picture you could find of Sophie looks better than either one of you hags. Either one of you. That filter that I had to pay for, because I get a free one, I bought it so it would be the same as mine and show you that a filter does not stop ugly and evilness. It shows right straight through the filter. So I'm getting off of here. Hey, where's my other dog? Oh, this is Tammy. It's raining out, so all the peeps are in here on the bed. This is Tammy. She's my sweetie. She's a little old, but she's sweet. Aren't you, Tam? But they're not psychics. Come here, Hyena. I know you're a psychic. You want to say something to Carlos? Because he always tells you good morning. I'm a prisoner of my own head. Does that count? Sure does. Sure does, Christopher. You like Carlos? Anyway, I'm going to get off of here. I had to wear my hair in a messy bun. I will be seeing my beauticians Tuesday, and I have a special mukbang planned, and please don't miss it. What do you want? You got some more to say? Let's say what we think about Pull Stick and Maria. What do you think about them two pieces of shit? You want us to talk? You ain't got nothing to say? That's what I figured. You don't want to give them a blessing? No blessings for them either? Good girl. Good girl. The rest of y'all got a blessing earlier. So I'm going to leave. I know how to rock a Trump hat, and I didn't come into the Trump train late like Pull Stick did. I've been for Trump forever. Look at this tattoo. You want to look at tattoos, Maria? You know what that says? It says Trump, and that's what it means. And if I want to put teardrops all over my face, I'll do it. It's none of your fucking business. I hate you. I despise you. There's only two people I despise more than you, and that's FBS and Johnny fucking Mac. That's right, Sophie. That's absolutely right. And she has lied and done stuff to every person in the community. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I've never heard her apologize for one thing she's ever done, ever, to anybody. Ever. And I don't know how many cops she's called on people. I can't count them all. But anyway, watch Sophie's channel for the old shit she's doing, because the only thing I'm going to talk about is things she's doing to me. And she's the one that gave me the prison idea, because she was saying, well, Terry Time spends her money on prisoners to get them to talk to her. No, I don't, you dumb bitch. I've been married to prisoners. I like them. They're tough, especially the ones that don't snitch on people when they're in there. Nope, she never apologized, Sly. I never heard her apologize for one thing she's ever done. And quit trying to put Sophie's pictures up there and make her look bad, because you're making yourselves look like fools. In fact, you shouldn't talk about anybody's looks. I don't. I never have, never will. But I don't. I'm not afraid to show my face, and I don't have a filter on today either, Maria. So why don't you run your mouth about that? Why don't you try to say you didn't say exactly what you said? Because if you do, I will play the damn things again. And everybody go to my community page as soon as this live is over, and I'm posting that screenshot that she said she never sent to Jen. Because she did. And she wanted Jen to post it because she don't dare to take the blame for stuff. You would not believe the things that bitch tries to get Jen to do, because I've been listening on the phone for the last 5 days. She's always trying to jam Jen up somehow. Somehow. She talked Jen into calling the cops on Johnny Mac that night because Johnny Mac showed Jen's house. Jen didn't even know it. Maria called and told her all that shit. Do something up front once. Quit being a liar. The only reason I ever spoke to you in the first place is because Ann said, oh, you like her. She's funny. Well, that was the dumbest mistake I ever made in my life. Anyway, bye. Ciao. Thanks for coming in.